cook? What daddy cook? What daddy cook? What daddy cook? So today we're back on Iron Man, and I've got a pretty crazy game for you guys. We ended up dropping 37 kills, 25 final hits, and over 24k damage, and obviously walked away with the MVP. But before we get into it, if you guys have been enjoying the Marvel Rivals videos, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more coming, and it genuinely helps me out a ton. Now let's get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy. So I want to talk about Iron Man for a little bit before we get started, because I feel like he's in a really weird spot right now. Obviously Season 9 hasn't exactly been kind to Iron Man. He got nerfed coming into the season and then basically immediately got hit again, really because of how strong some of his team-ups were looking with, you know, the Hulk and Thor. And honestly, I understand why they did it. I mean, the whole team-up system pretty much changed this Season 9 in general, and Iron Man can get some, you know, really ridiculous value when you actually build a team around him. But that's also kind of my problem with the nerfs, because I mean, Iron Man by himself, I don't think this character was sitting there completely dominating the game. He's still Iron Man. You know, you're flying around the sky, you're an easy target, you know, for a lot of people. There's a lot of counters, and sometimes your healers can't even see you, but the other team, I mean, pretty much everybody can see you, right? And if somebody on the other team can aim, and you have any kind of hit scan, you have a Hela, you have, you know, a Phoenix, you have you know, a Punisher, you're probably one of the first people they're looking at, right? And you're basically announcing to the entire lobby, hey, I'm up here, like, shoot me. And that's always been the trade-off with this character. And when you're allowed to do your thing, the damage really can be insane. But, you know, again, the second a good hit scan decides you're not playing Marvel Rivals anymore, well, your entire game changes. And now where I think Iron Man gets really interesting this season is the team comps, because if your team actually enables you, I still think this character can be absolutely disgusting. And that's why I don't want to sit here and tell you guys, you know, Iron Man is completely trash now, even though I think he got nerfed into the dirt. I just don't think that's true. But I do think he's just becoming more dependent on what you're playing with, right? And honestly, as a DPS main, I don't know how to feel about that, because on one hand, this is a team game. You know, if Hulk or Thor can make Iron Man significantly stronger and you are coordinating your picks, you should get rewarded for that. And that's kind of the entire point of team-ups. But on the other hand, if you have to balance Iron Man around the best possible version of him with the perfect team-up, I mean, what happens to you when you don't have that? And that's kind of the issues I've been having in Ranked this season. And Ranked, just, you know, that's a different topic on its own. But I do think that's where some of the frustration with Iron Man is coming from right now. And, you know, NetEasy themselves basically said that they had to bring his baseline down because his team-up potential was getting too strong. And then the Thor team-up was strong enough that they almost nerfed that immediately after, like a day after. And so we're in this situation where Iron Man can be really, really strong, but the conditions for him to be strong matter way more. And for somebody who's like me, who's going to pick Iron Man, you know, almost regardless unless I'm forced to switch, I noticed that immediately, right? And there are games where I feel like I can take over the entire lobby, and then there are games where I feel like I have, you know, all 6 players on the other team staring at this, you know, staring in the sky, waiting for me to peek a corner or, you know, just come around coverage in general. But that's also what I want to show you guys this game, because even after all these changes, right, when Iron Man gets the right opportunities, this character can still absolutely take over a match. And you guys already saw a little bit of what happens later in that preview, but right now I'm really just trying to figure out how they're going to deal with me. Who's actually looking at me, who can pressure me, and where can I take an angle without getting deleted. But really, that's the difference with Iron Man. I don't think you can just fly into every game anymore and expect raw damage to carry you, right? You've got to be way more aware of that, especially at the higher, you know, elos and what your team is giving you, what the enemy team is running, and when you actually have room to be aggressive. And you can see in this game, once I realized I had that room, I mean, that's when things started getting a little ridiculous. And honestly, you know, again, that's why I think Iron Man is in such a weird spot this season. I've seen a lot of people look at the nerfs and act like he's just god-awful now, which in some games he absolutely can be. And I really don't think that's the case, you know, completely, though. I think the bigger difference is that you have to work a little harder to get the same value out of him.
What daddy cook? 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 With that Thor team up? What daddy cook? What are we talking about? I'm with it. Come on, Thor, get him! Get him!
Especially because so much of what Iron Man, you know, makes Iron Man strong right now comes down to what's happening around him. If I've got a team that's creating space, keeping pressure off me, especially keeping pressure off me, or giving me one of those team ups that actually let me do my thing, he
Get
can
him.
still
Jump
feel
him.
absolutely
Jump him.
disgusting. But if I'm getting focused by 2 DPS or 3 people, every time I show myself, obviously it's going to be a completely different game, and I actually like that to an extent.
Deadpool, help me with the
I don't want
pressure.
Iron Man to be one of those characters where I can just fly in the middle of 6 people, spam damage, and somehow get away with it, right? And I don't think anyone else who doesn't play Iron Man wants that either. I mean, I want there to be some risk to playing him, but at the same time, I don't or didn't want him getting nerfed just because of certain team-ups, make him really strong, because you're not guaranteed to have those team-ups every game, and that's where I think, the conversation gets interesting. Are we balancing Iron Man based on what he can do? Are we balancing him based on what he can do when the perfect team is built around him, right? And because those are 2 completely different versions of the character. And, I mean, if you guys play solo queue, you already know how that goes. I mean, I can't load into every game expecting somebody to pick exactly what I need, right? And sometimes I'm going to get the perfect setup, and sometimes I'm looking at my team like, all right, I guess we're going to make this work. And that's also why games like this are so satisfying, right? Because once I start realizing they're not putting enough pressure on me, now I can start pushing the limits a little bit. I mean, I can take more aggressive angles, stay in the fight longer, start, looking past whoever's directly in front of me, and really put pressure on that back line.
One thing I can assure you, I can promise you though, is Deadpool is not working.
But yeah, that's really how I like to play Iron Man. I don't just want a bunch of damage on the scoreboard. I want their team to know I'm there, right? And I want their supports looking up. I want somebody switching characters because they're tired of dealing with me, because I've got 2 people worried about where Iron Man is while the rest of the team is walking at them. I'm doing my job. And as this game keeps going, that's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Not just the kills and not just the damage, but how much freedom they're really giving me and what I'm doing with it, because eventually we hit a point where I realized these dudes are letting me get way too comfortable. But I'm going to let the game play out and let you hear what was in the game and the audio and my teammates. And I'll ask again is if you guys enjoyed this video or you enjoyed the rest of the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about Iron Man this season. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Let's talk soon. Bye.
There we go, Scoreboard. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Maybe you just got to get pissed off to do something. I love that. I'll keep talking trash to you. Don't worry.
Only 60 seconds left.
Alright, y'all get on the point. Get on around. So you can... Man, my fucking word, dude. I really am. Man of my word. A man of my word. A man of my word. Like, I'm just playing with him out here. They pulled out a storm. They pulled out a storm for me. Get off my point, little bitch. That's terrible. Sorry, guys. Alright, if someone can get on that point, I can kill these healers.
I'm ready to
Fuck, that's a problem. Kill me. Oh shit, sorry, Ultron, I should have told you. It's not your fault, actually, that's mine. I should have communicated.
The current score
My
is
Deadpool's 11 and 6 right now.
2.
You are the worst DPS in the game. Congratulations.
Time to switch things up. Include
But, you know, maybe you didn't for the way. Same way, I guess.
2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
They're going on the left side. Well, there, I got someone on point. How's that? How's that? Finish him, door, please. Kill him. Kill him for daddy. Oh, I'm the double team. Oh. Yeah, I want to smoke it. My plasma. Got a door up here with me. Hey, someone want to heal me? I know Daddy's high. I get it. I'm not mad, but can you heal me? Can you heal me? Look up and heal me! Oh my goodness. I said it 4 times!
Everybody ready?
Holy shit.
Everybody ready? Hurry up!
That was back up slightly. Guys are on the point.
Disappear! Maximum pulse! Pulse cannons in. Put a screen like that.
Lord, you're the real MVP, buddy. I'm proud of you. You're like one of the best doors I've played with. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm willing to bet you peak like definitely at least GM1. If not, I'm baffled.
Feel the wrath of the Godhead! I am dangerous!
Alright, let's stay calm. We're good. Stay calm. Same thing we've been doing. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Oh my fuck. I know y'all got a job to do, I get it. I'm also 34-7, like get me.
I'm back. Hurry up!
You see what I got going on here? You know what I mean? 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 I shouldn't have to say it. You know what I mean?
Final score, 2-0.
Deadpool. You're lucky, buddy. You're lucky you had this team.